It is time for another tale from the glass-guarded world. With me, Aster Fortuna, as your warm and charismatic host. Ashley as Tara Dane, the human fighter. Brian as Paxton, the human cleric and fighter. Danielle as Athelflad, the halfling rogue and monk. Josh as Zartok, the tiefling wizard. And Mike as the DM. Last time, the adventurers left the Spelljammer port with their new companion Zartok and headed down the stairs to the next floor, Divination. There, they battled a group of undead led by a powerful and bizarre zombie that unified its defeated companions into a disgusting conglomeration of meat and bone. Our heroes were victorious nonetheless and opened the doors to Divination, finding an antechamber with another set of doors and some dangerous-looking runes on the floor. Carefully pushing open the second set of doors from a distance, they found a large room with a large group of undead facing away from the door and a strange creature with many eyes.
Floating back and forth in the middle of the room, above it, that familiar now teleportation circle, is a bizarre creature. It is a scaly green sphere with a single large eye in the middle, a toothy maw below that, and 4 more eyes protruding from its body on eye stalks. Its body is perhaps 3 feet in diameter. It grins at you, and in your heads you hear a voice say, "Salutations, we are so glad that you're here. Finally, we may begin, yes?"
Just start batting at the air.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, it looks kind of like that.
Huh.
Oh, he looks friendly.
Is that related to a beholder?
You don't know.
I mean, out of the game.
Out of the game,
Yeah,
yes, it's a
okay.
kind of beholder.
Okay. Well, that thing certainly looks gross.
Don't say that. He might hear you.
I resent that.
What are you, bud?
I am Gilm the Spectator. I was appointed by Administrator Alfred, a holy and dedicated man, in the year 1420 by your calendar.
So what are you doing here?
I'd love to chat with you about it, but perhaps you'd like to come inside? No, the runes won't hurt you. They're not targeted at you, although I couldn't cross them.
What do they do?
Well, the one on your left inflicts an effect known as death. It would cause a massive amount of necrotic damage. The one on your right inflicts insanity.
Didn't you say they wouldn't hurt us?
Well, they won't hurt you. They're not targeted at your type of creature. They're targeted at aberrations.
Oh.
Oh.
Paxton steps on the ruins and just walks across them in through the door.
Yep, no effect.
Hey,
Wow.
Zartok. Is this the thing?
I don't think so.
No, this is not the thing in your nightmare.
It's not tentacly enough. Not quite nasty enough.
Well, sometimes they just pop out.
What?
The tentacles.
Oh, right. Yeah, gotcha.
This one only has 4, and he said that it had tentacles.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. That's
I see
good.
what you did there.
I get it.
There's a joke.
Everyone walks into the room, I guess. Epolima's right behind
So,
Paxton.
Gilm, why are these runes here to keep you out of this area?
Oh, I'd love to tell you that story. Would you like to hear it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Let's begin at the beginning. In the year 1500, by your calendar, Alfred, in his continual search for knowledge, reached out to the multiverse one too many times, bringing beings known as the Illithid here to the library. They said that they would share rare knowledge of other worlds, and at first they did, knowing the danger they would face in a wizard fortress, yet they were sly and they plotted secretly. Once 2 Illithid were allowed to reside here, they began their plot. They probably secretly killed their first victims, taking their bodies for the process of seramorphosis. These victims became their allies, and in very little time they had taken over the entire library.
So, 2 questions. What are illithids and what is seramorphosis?
Ah, good questions. An Illithid... Wait, you don't know anything about them?
No.
We don't, right?
I thought there would be heroes coming. Well, in any case, well, perhaps you could still fight them anyway. Anyways, yes, very well. So, the illithids are also known as mind flayers. They are humanoid in shape with dark, beady eyes and tentacles, which they use to extract brains from other humanoids.
Oh, that's it?
Zartok, does that ring any bells?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, Zartok, you've heard of illithid before.
But your dreams weren't about illithids, were they?
That doesn't sound right.
No, it's it
Something bigger.
didn't quite look like a humanoid, if that makes sense. It was quite large.
So Gilm, that doesn't quite. I mean, are they aberrations too? Is it not for you and for them? Or?
Oh, well, there's more to the story, of course.
I'll keep going.
Shall I go on?
Oh yeah.
Very well. The remaining diviners tried to lead an attack, along with an invoker from a few floors below, and some undead sent by Strethok. But this attack was repulsed. With all the diviners dead or transformed into illithid, Strethok settled for a stalemate. He sealed the door to the library using a fragment of a magical wand, which we had been using to preserve some rare archival materials. And at this point, I'll describe what the room looks like, other than this creature floating around in it. So looking around the room, you see that there are 4 sets of double doors, the ones you just used to enter, simple wooden doors to the north and south, and another pair of glass doors to the east, similar to the ones behind you. A small wooden table stands in front of the glass doors, and it has what must be another fragment of the magical wand of cold on it. These doors are flanked by 2 water fountains, which are frozen in place, and water from them has been splashed liberally around and on the glass doors, effectively sealing them. There are a few small cracks in the doors, but they still appear pretty solid. Your other question was, what is ceremorphosis?
Is that what turned the diviners into illithids?
That is correct. Ceremorphosis is the process by which an illithid tadpole enters a host's body, devours its brain, and converts it to another illithid. New illithid must be trained for a time before they are ready to join their fellows, under the control, of course, of an elder brain.
How many illithid are in there?
Now that is an interesting question. As far as we can tell, there are none present any longer, not in the normal sense of illithid. It seems that over time they could not create a functioning lair, once isolated on that side of the wall, without a steady supply of brains, and their society collapsed, or perhaps they simply left for another plane. Our use of divination is somewhat limited now compared to the previous wizards who worked here, but we know that there is something else on the other side. One of their tadpoles must have been left behind, or perhaps it was allowed to grow unchecked and devoured the remaining illithid. It is now a neothelid, an enormous tentacled worm of immense power. You are going to help us kill it.
So when you say us, that's these guys, and she's like pointing to the zombies.
That is correct, yes.
Are these guys friends with the ones that were outside the door?
Well, they're all in the service of Strethok, if that's what you mean.
Okay, so if Strethok is maybe not alive now, are they just...
Oh, I assure you Strethok is still around. I haven't spoken to him in a long time, but I assure you if these undead are still here operating, then Strethok is too.
What is Strethok?
He's an orc.
Why would he still be alive after all this time?
He's a wizard and a necromancer. Or perhaps he's not alive in the conventional sense, but still operating.
Okay, and so why are you in... What's your investment in all this?
Oh, another interesting question. Yes, you're very perceptive. So he already mentioned that he was appointed by Administrator Alfred in the year 1420. Yes, I am a spectator. I was appointed to guard this floor. I don't know exactly what year it is now because I've been down here so long without days or nights. But I know that it's been over 100 years since I was first appointed because after 100 years my term expired and I was released from my duty of guarding the Department of Divination and the library. That must have been therefore the year 1520. It has been a long time since that happened, however, at least another 100 years. I have decided that I would like to keep control of this floor for myself now that I am free to do as I wish. I suppose I could just leave, but I have come to like it here, and therefore I would like to win back control of the library.
Okay. Can we take the wand?
Well, you may take it once we've defeated the creature, you understand.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying, can we...
Yes, you would not be able to remove it without saying the secret word. If you did so, then the undead would attack you, and I have no doubt you could dispatch them quite easily, but they would be much more useful for fighting the ithid than simply just waste to simply destroy them.
Okay. What should we know about fighting a ithid?
These creatures are devastating in their abilities. It can attack your minds with confusion or feeble-mindedness, and it can move creatures or objects through the air with telekinesis. Its tentacles can assault both your body and your mind, and it will swallow you whole if it can. It can breathe deadly acid in an enormous cone. My advice would be to let the zombies fight it up close for as long as possible, perhaps in waves, while we assail it from a distance. As a last resort, you can flee back to the stairwell, where the magical runes might stun or harm it long enough for you to escape. Of course, I would be trapped inside, as I cannot cross those runes myself.
So you're going to be helping us fight too, right?
Of course.
And how handy are you in battle?
I'm no ithid. I'm afraid I'm not a match for it, but I can help. I have some abilities to slow it down, so to speak. I can impair it somewhat, although to be frank, I'm not great at inflicting harm.
Basically, he will explain that as a spectator, he has a relatively puny bite, but he does have several eye rays. He can shoot up to 2 magical eye ray effects on a turn. A confusion ray, a paralyzing ray, a fear ray, and a wounding ray. You would probably want to rely on the rays that impair the creature rather than trying to damage it, because he simply can't do very much damage compared to what you can do. Also, he has the ability to reflect spell effects if he makes a saving throw versus a spell.
Tara looks pretty satisfied with her line of questioning, and she kind of looks back at everyone and shrugs and crosses the runes and goes into the room.
Athelflaed follows.
So you're all in the room. Again, these zombies are ignoring you, and Gilm explains,
Yes, these zombies and other undead you encountered outside were to prevent people from coming in here and perhaps releasing the creature. Of course, it's too late for that. Now you've already come in, so hopefully you will, as we expected, you will help us dispatch the creature rather than releasing it. Of course, failing to dispatch the creature, it will effectively result in releasing it, and we'll all be dead.
Of course.
Oh.
So, the wand is keeping that door frozen to keep the ithid from getting out. What else is on this floor?
Yes, there are the results to the south of various magical experiments. If you were to go through the southern doors, you may find something useful to fight there. You may find the experiments interesting. And then to the north are the personal quarters of Administrator Alfred and his assistant. It's a place of rest and peace. You may find that useful in your preparations as well. I encourage you to have a look around. It would be best to do that rather than to charge unprepared into combat.
Sure. Well, y'all, what do you say we thoroughly investigate this floor to see if there's anything that could help us in this fight, and then maybe catch some shut-eye, and then kill that ithid first thing in the morning?
Sure.
Okay.
I just woke up, so kind of.
You're not even tired.
That's fine, I guess.
Are you injured?
No.
Huh.
Some of us are down some hit points, right?
Not much.
Yeah. Well,
I would like to come in and at full, but
Yeah.
I think I also used up some spell slots in that fight with the zombies,
you did.
so I could definitely use a recharge on that. Should we start with the southern door?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, you go to the south.
Is Gilm gonna creepily follow us, or is he just gonna chill there?
He's just floating there in the teleportation room. Although if you have questions, you could always ask him.
I want to go with the left door.
All right, so this is a small 20 by 20 foyer with thick glass doors to your left, right, and center. The door to your right has a sign that says, "Seeth the Truth." The door ahead says, "Seeketh the aid of greater powers." The door to your left says, "Perceiveth what yet may be."
Which one do you want to go for first?
Tara shrugs.
Guys, you're going to have to help me out here. I can't read them. Well, which one do we go through?
They're all Gibberish.
Yeah, which one do you want to go through, Epilema?
Do we have some kind of rule about whether we go left or right?
Sarah
or
opens the
straight?
left door.
All right. This is a 30-foot by 60-foot room, and it's mostly empty. On the west wall is a table with some divining tools, bone dice, a deck of cards, a pair of marked sticks. On the east wall is a glass enclosure, similar to the large one that you saw up in Abjuration, but much smaller. It has a glass door that can be sealed shut. And inside this glass chamber is another table with similar tools as well as a scroll. Currently, the door inside that little glass room is shut.
I want to, Paxton wants to pick up the bone dice and investigate them.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, so you know from just a casual inspection that some people use these types of tools for casting spells that are used to figure out what's going to happen in the future. Spells such as augury or divination, the spell, not just the school of magic, but the spell divination. You can use these sorts of divining tools to predict the future.
Hey, Zartok, you're a diviner. Can you use any of these, or any of these of use to you?
Sometimes, yeah.
Basically, they're
use
spell
it-
components.
We use them for tricks sometimes, and also to cast certain spells. Yeah.
Do you want these bone dice?
I'll take a look at them.
All right.
Yeah, they're not magical, they're just dice.
Zartok rolls them and then looks at Paxton and says, "Doesn't look good for you, friend."
Paxton starts to go white as a sheet. He doesn't know if he's joking or not.
Zartok's being very cautious and conservative. He's letting the group go into each room first. He's hanging out near the back. So after, a minute or two, if nothing, I'm picturing this like the movie Cube, and so Zartok's letting everybody go in first before the wires go in and cut them. So as soon as it looks safe, he'll look at this door, the door to the little glass room there.
Yeah, it has a latch. It can be opened and closed. It's currently closed.
Okay. Doesn't look trapped to Zartok? Question mark?
No?
Okay. He'll open it. And,
All right, you open the door.
Okay. Does he die from toxic gas?
No, you
Okay.
die from the giant blade that cuts you in. No, you're fine. It's
Okay.
just a glass room.
Okay, he goes
You do
in.
notice that both the floor and the ceiling and the back wall of this glass container they're all glass. It's not just a glass partition. It's a glass room inside this larger room.
Okay.
Tales from the glass-guarded room.
It's curious. So, can Zartok think of any reason why they would have divining tools outside and then another set in a
And there's also a scroll inside as
in a
well.
scroll? Okay.
No, you can't think of one.
Okay. He'll check out the scroll and see.
Okay. It is a spell that you've seen before. It is the spell augury.
Okay.
I don't know if that's on your spell list. I think that's more of a
It's
clerical
not.
spell.
Let me take a look.
But yeah, it's the spell augury.
All right. Zartok's in there just like looking at the spell. This is equivalent to the player looking up the spell also right now.
I mean, do you want me to tell you what it does?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so basically it lets you ask a yes or no question, some entity about a plan of action that you're going to take within 30 minutes, and it will tell you whether you'll have good, bad, both, or maybe no answer in terms of results.
Hey, Paxton,
Mm-hmm.
have a look at this.
What is it?
It's a spell augury. Perhaps you can ask the healer tomorrow before we charge in if we're going to die or not.
I can certainly try, but and Paxton looks a little bit embarrassed. He's like, I've tried to talk to the healer a couple times, and it seems to be kind of one way, if you know what I mean.
You should just ask
No.
her if you're frith, though.
Yeah. I suppose I have a lot of questions that I'd like to get answers to.
Yeah. Yeah. That seems like I mean, knowing whether you're going to die or not. I mean, you do or you don't, I guess.
Maybe using the spell will help you determine if it's worth following this religious path. Zartok's using air quotes. He just
Now-
invented air quotes.
This spell only lets you figure out the results of an action in the next 30 minutes,
Yeah.
right? So, like, if you were to
Use it
say,
tomorrow.
hey, should I keep following this deity? And it's going to say, well, in the next 30 minutes, it has no consequences for you, so why not?
No,
Yeah.
Zartok's implying if you were to cast a spell before we charge in, ask it what the results might be.
Yes.
Then
Yeah.
and you get no response, then maybe consider a different lifestyle. Because as Zartok has explained, is worthless anyway. Doesn't know why you hop out of the jar and then you just try to do prayers and stuff. It seems silly to him, but just me, friend.
I mean, that's fair, but I'm just trying to fit in. I mean, other people in this world worship the gods, so I was just trying to, we didn't really have gods back in the jar. This is kind of a new concept to me, so just trying the boot on, seeing if it fits, you know what I mean, man?
No,
No?
I don't wear shoes.
Oh,
Fair enough.
Do tieflings wear shoes or not? Are they
It
they're
depends.
hoofed, right?
It depends on whether they have hoofed feet
Okay.
or not.
All right.
You got
It's canon.
hooves.
I don't.
Tara
You
looks
don't have
at
shoes or hooves.
I don't wear shoes, yeah. Got hooves.
Cool.
We're going with it.
Clip clop.
Tara's
very
looking
sneaky.
at Zartog's feet like, huh?
So you have goat legs?
I guess I do now.
Oh.
Unless I don't.
Oh, uh-oh. Well, the painting that we submitted the description for the artwork.
Oh, we didn't say hooves?
yeah,
okay.
we didn't say hooves and goat legs.
Wait, do a rewind sound. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I wear shoes all the time. I love shoes. I have a collection of shoes.
Sigbert?
Oh, yeah, really? We know a guy who you would get great with.
Yeah, they're the best. It's quite the best accessory. An outfit isn't complete without the shoes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Althafly looks down at her tattered wares.
I think you've pretty thoroughly explored the room. You haven't done anything with it, but you've looked around it. Is there anything you want to do, or do you want to move on to the next room?
Is this room that boring, or is there something else in here?
I mean, he did tell you that there are experiments conducted down here, but you haven't seen anything here that would suggest it. I guess you haven't seen anything that suggests an experiment to you.
Tara's like walking around because there's like a lot of space in
Yep,
the room.
that's
like
right.
There's nothing
It doesn't seem to be used.
there.
Yeah.
And she's just very like, she's like got like her arms out. She's like
No, you
twirling
do
around
see-
like, what the heck is going on?
You do see some marks on the walls that suggest there may have been paintings or equipment hanging from the walls in the past, but there's nothing there now except for this glass chamber and this divination equipment.
Yeah. Well, this was a Sekai power, and we found a scroll, so
Yeah.
I think that might be all it is. And out of character, I will posit that perhaps that's anti-god glass, maybe? Does that look different? Maybe they were casting augury in there to see if they could if it worked inside of it or not.
Why? Yeah, I can't answer that if you posit the question out of character. They could maybe give you input if you posit the question
No,
in
Zartok
character.
doesn't know about the anti-god glass,
Right,
so
right.
that's why I can't say it.
So, Paxton wants to kind of, whenever he's standing in the doorway between the two rooms, he's trying to see if there's any climate difference between the outside and the inside.
Between the glass and between this room and the room with the three doors that you came through.
No, the small glass room in the greater room that it's in. He wants to see if this glass is supposed to be kind of like a climate control thing.
No, it doesn't.
No?
Except insofar as it feels stuffy.
Does there seem to be anything special about the glass?
It's hard. You already know that just by visual inspection, anti-god glass is no different from regular glass. You would need to use detect magic or something like that to try to figure out if the glass was magical.
Paxton closes the door to the glass room with himself inside and says, "So like the healer, can you hear me?"
Yeah, you as you've experienced before, you find yourself, once you completely close the door, completely cut off from all divine magic.
Paxton starts to panic and he tries to scratch at the door to open it and get out.
It opens easily.
What's going on?
Yeah, I think that's the anti-god glass. I think that's a godless zone. Not super comfortable for clerics.
Zartok probably likes it.
Yeah, I did. I didn't notice a difference, to be honest. Just nothing.
Sounds about right.
That must be pretty cool to have a constant buzz, oh, God is here with me.
I mean, maybe.
Oh, like a warm and fuzzy feeling. But maybe you feel it all the time, and so now that when you step in there, it's like, oh, that's it. That feeling is the healer's real.
Yeah.
The heel
I mean,
is real.
No.
if you feel that way all the time, you kind of get used to it. It's basically like whenever I step in there, I feel like I'm cut off from a source of power. Like I feel weak, and it's not a good
Yeah, I
feeling for
wouldn't
me.
like that. If I walked in somewhere and my magic wouldn't work,
Yeah.
that would be awful.
Yeah.
Be like you couldn't breathe. Let's go in the next room, mates. Mates.
You want to head south?
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, you first.
We'll do.
Tara has no problem with that.
Yeah.
Like the last room, this 50-foot by 30-foot room is mostly empty. There's a table on the east wall with a block of incense and a censer for burning it,
as well as several bits of chain made of gold. In the southeast corner is another 10 by 10 glass room. Inside is a table with a block of incense, a censer for burning it, several small bits of gold chain, and a scroll.
Why don't you head in that little glass room since you seem to like it so much in there?
Fine. Yeah.
All right, go inside. There's a scroll on the table.
Okay, check it out.
You look at it, and you don't know what this scroll is. You don't recognize it.
He brings it out and says, Paxton, take a look at this.
Right,
I'm not sure what it means.
Yeah, Paxton, this is a more powerful form of divination magic. It is the 4th level spell, Divination.
So how come I can read what it is and know what it is and he can't?
Luck of the roll.
It's
Okay.
quite embarrassing, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were a specialist in divination. You don't know about this one?
It's more of a clerical spell, so...
You know, sometimes it's like the handwriting of who wrote the scroll and stuff. So you either catch it well or not. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Here's what you know about this spell, taking a look at it. And now that Paxton has told you what it is, Zartok can tell you a bit about it. This is another way to contact a god or a god's servants. You can ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. And you will get an answer in the form of a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen. Now, of course, if circumstances change, then the prediction might turn out to be false. But yeah, that's how the spell works.
So this is more of a cleric spell, and it has to do with contacting a higher power. My understanding of how spell scrolls work is that I don't do I have to have access to 4th level spells to be able to use the scroll?
No, but you have to make an Arcana check in order to successfully cast a spell that is above your normal ability to cast.
But if I had access to 4th level spells, then I wouldn't have to pass a check.
Correct.
Okay. Zartok, this one might have some personal use for me. You mind if I hang on to this one?
It's all yours, friend. I can't use it.
All right, Paxton rolls it up and sticks it in his back pocket because he doesn't have his backpack anymore. His backpack with all his tools and kits and gewgaws and baubles are all back on the ship.
His plate pocket.
Yeah.
I will also point out that the incense is a spell component, and the gold chain is probably also a spell component.
Yeah. Take that with you.
Also,
I'm going to keep in my I like journaling so much. Yeah. So I'm going to keep I've invented a new thing to keep track of. It's a spreadsheet. Yeah, see what I've done here? I've made little lines. I'm going to keep track of what we found. Does that make sense?
Is this just more journaling?
Yeah, it's like journaling, but with like lines in it. It's great.
Okay, dude.
Sure,
You
that'll
do
be
you.
useful.
Hey, I know all of you like to journal. I've seen you with your little map. Actually, I don't know if I've seen that yet.
Oh, yeah, Tara has...
Tara is mapping out this place because it's
Okay.
the only thing that she can do
Yeah,
because
that-
these rooms are so boring.
That's
Tara has
basically-
a good map.
Yeah, you're journaling too.
Well, if you say so.
You're all addicted.
So Paxton assumes that if we're going to go to sleep later, then maybe he can try to use this divination scroll and the components later to ask a question. So he's just going to leave these components in the scroll here for now, and he might...
What? Bring
No,
it with you
I'm
for-
going to pack them
Mate,
up.
no.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm
it.
going to assume that once you find components that you can carry them with you and use them, I'm not going to worry about encumbrance and weight for those sorts of things.
I already wrote it on the spreadsheet.
Great.
See?
Well, if you journaled it, if you already wrote down that I did it in your diary, then I guess I got to do it, huh?
Yeah, it's happening.
Okay.
But I'm literally going to make a Google spreadsheet document. I think that's a good idea.
I just have a notes app on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've just got several pages of scratch paper that I can consult at any given time.
That's classic. That's classic D&D. But we've got Google Docs now, gang.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Open the door.
Yeah.
Oh, you go to the next door. All right.
It is so awesome to have these like meat shields walk in front of you into every room.
Yeah.
Zartok's feeling #blessed. So I
So
thought
Zartok is what you would call not very brave, huh?
he's brave, just he's trying to be smart.
Well, if you want to feel literally #blessed, just ask me because it's a cantrip. I can do it as often as I want.
Bless? I thought Bless was a first level spell.
Wait, I'm thinking of guidance.
Guidance.
Never mind.
Yeah.
#guidance. Almost as good.
Yeah.
This 80-foot by 50-foot room has, again, not very much in it. There's a basin of clear water against one wall, and a basin of clear water against the other wall inside yet another 10 by 10 glass chamber.
Yeah, this is probably for scrying.
There's also a table with another censer, a block of incense, and a scroll inside the 10 foot by 10 foot glass room.
All right, Zartok's going to go in there.
All right. You take a look at the scroll.
He's feeling overconfident about there not being traps now. He's just marching right into things. Yeah.
Again, you don't recognize this spell. You can tell it's a divination spell, but you can't tell any more than that.
All right, I'm not going to admit it this time.
It looks pretty powerful.
Found a scroll. Yep, here it is. Puts it in his backpack.
What's it for?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's for something powerful.
Are you hiding something from us?
Yeah. Maybe. I'm not sure what it does. It's quite embarrassing, really.
Why don't you let the big guy look at
it? Let me look at it.
Oh, Tara wants to look at it?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't tear it up.
Tara, it looks like maybe a grocery list, or it may be some instructions for building something. Yeah, it doesn't look magical. It looks like garbage.
Tara says, "You moron, this is like a grocery list." And she hands it to Paxton.
Paxton, you want to take a look at it?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm thinking it has some. I mean, it's got pools of water, so I know some spells that.
Paxton, this is the 5th level divination spell, Commune.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
You contact your deity or a divine proxy and ask up to 3 questions that can be answered with yes or no. You have basically a minute to ask your questions, and you'll receive a correct answer for each question. Or if the deity doesn't know the answer, then they'll tell you that.
What are the components for it?
And they have to be questions that could be answered with a one-word yes or no answer.
Yeah.
The components are incense, which is in here, and a vial of holy or unholy water.
That's what I'm assuming is in that puddle.
Yeah, the basin has some water in it.
Are there any? Did you say that there were any empty vials or anything I could scoop up the water with?
There's one inside the glass chamber. It doesn't look like there are any outside the glass chamber, but there's one inside.
Well, these are some pretty powerful spells, and I think we could probably use them to maybe ask questions about the ithid, because that sounds like probably one of the craziest things we've ever had to deal with.
Tara looks at Athelflaed and Epilema, and she's like, guys, when that guy said he thought that we might find things helpful for the fight here, I was thinking weapons.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna stab him with a piece of paper.
like a catapult or something, you know?
Yeah.
Are you guys serious? You don't see the value in being able to ask questions about the future?
No.
Is this thing gonna kill me? Yes.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all we need to know.
Yeah.
And the answer is yes.
If the answer is yes,
Well, I mean, it's gonna try to kill us.
It's trying to kill. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Teamwork.
If we can find out from that spectator dude, what possible weaknesses this ithid has, or this ithid, maybe some combination of asking the spectator questions and asking the gods questions could give us a good battle plan, so we're not just trying to brute force this thing. It'd probably kill us all instantly.
But I like brute force.
Me too.
yeah, it's been really
That's why I'm
effective so
here.
far.
Brute force is what I do.
Well, Gilm gave us a pretty good plan, I thought. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, throw zombies at it was his plan. And, because I got a crossbow, but it's not very good, so I was thinking maybe a new crossbow would be really nice if we could find that here.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, there's gotta be a new crossbow or a javelin or a ballista or a catapult or...
Yeah. Tara's agreeing with Evelina and turning around to go out the way they came to go check the other rooms.
Yeah, let's go.
Speaking of weapons that might hurt this thing, I've been carrying this around for a while, and Paxton pulls out his Wand of Wonder that he got from Finn, and he's like, this thing honestly scares the heck out of me. I'm afraid to use it. Do you know what this is? And he hands it to Zartok.
I'm assuming he does.
It's a wooden rod, and the way that Paxton hands it to you, it has the word "wow" written on the side.
Nice. All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
That stands for Wand of Wonder.
Yeah, I like it when... Does Zartok know what it does? I know what it does.
Yeah, you know what this is.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like when I'm in control of me magic, and this is sort of I don't know, inviting chaos to your world, but I suppose I could use it in case I can't think of anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like kind of a last resort thing, and I don't think that the cleric should be firing off crazy magic as a last resort. I should probably be running around trying to make sure other people aren't on their last resort, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get you meaning. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hold on to it.
Where's
Cool.
that potion of Etten, friend, when you need it?
Well,
I have
Tara has 2 of them.
Ooh.
Wait, I think I only have one.
Oh, you only have one. You gave Righty one
Yep.
of them.
Righty.
My super clutch potion.
Yeah.
Useful in all situations.
So, commune is like divination, but allows you to ask 3 questions?
Yeah, 3 yes or no questions. There's no time restraint on it either.
That's pretty cool.
All right.
Whereas
well,
divination's like a collect call to God. God's like,
Divination
hurry
is
up, hurry up, hurry
basically
up.
what's going to happen. Well, it's in the next 7 days. What's the result of something that I'm going to do, right?
Oh, okay.
So, like,
Gotcha.
augury is the next 30 minutes. Divination is the next. Is it 7 days?
That's funny. We should have used something like that before we decided to just break the soul jar.
Well,
Well,
I don't
you
think that spell would have worked because there was
Oh,
no.
yeah, no gods to answer
Yeah,
us.
nobody to
Yeah.
answer you.
Good.
Yeah. So augury is 30 minutes. Divination is 7 days. Commune is just yes or no. It doesn't. You can ask about anything. You have to ask all your questions within a minute, but they can be about anything.
Well, I say whenever we're done exploring, but before we go to sleep, we should ask that spectator guy all that we can about that Iill and whatever possible weaknesses it has. Try to come up with a plan, and then we can ask the gods if that plan might work.
Sure. Let's see if we can also get something useful back here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely want to ransack the rest of this floor before we go to bed.
All right. So you've explored all of this set of experiments. You want to go to the next door?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we just came from Ask the Gods, right?
Correct.
Yeah, seek higher power.
Seek higher power.
Seek
Which one are we going through now?
The next one over.
Perceiveth what may be.
You went through perceiveth what yet may be.
Oh, okay. There you
The
go.
door, the next door, the one that was straight ahead, was seeketh the aid of greater powers.
That's interesting because I guess everything that we just saw was about seeing the future, but it was also about asking the gods of the future.
Yeah.
So I wonder what we're going to find through here.
You go back to the room with the 3 choices, and then also leads back to the teleportation chamber, and instead of going to the left, you go straight. Immediately upon stepping into this room, you feel more capable for reasons you cannot explain. The room is 50 feet wide and 40 feet across and covered with magical runes. There is a 10-foot by 10-foot glass chamber near the middle of the room, and in a corner are a desk and a chair. The desk is piled high with thick books, and someone has scribbled all over some scrolls that are curling all over its surface.
I'm going to check out the little room.
Okay. What are you're doing? Oh, you're just looking inside the glass room?
Yeah.
It appears completely empty.
Is there a door?
Yes, there's a door.
I open the door.
You open the door. It is completely empty.
I walk inside.
You walk inside.
Close the door.
You close the door. Suddenly you lose that sense of extra competence that you had for a moment.
Oh.
Oh.
What's going
I
on?
open the door.
Oh, it's back.
Nice. Zartok struts over to the desk.
Paxton, nope, you don't know what this is. Zartok, nope, you don't know what this is. Nope, no idea.
Does it look potentially useful?
Oh, the desk. I'm sorry.
No,
I was
the
talking
stuff
about
on
the
the
room in
desk.
general. Yeah, so you look at the desk.
It's got scrolls and such. but
What's your Arcana bonus again?
6?
6, yeah. So you can tell a couple things. Actually, you can tell several interesting things here.
I
Number
like
one,
it
you
better
can
when
tell.
you roll for me.
What's that?
I like it better when you roll for me rather than me roll. It's a lot better.
Now, this also means that you can't tell that I'm keeping something from you.
Yeah.
You know that someone was using this desk for studying some very difficult books that are written in Draconic on arithmancy, which is an ancient mathematical form of divination. You can tell, again, these are very difficult books. In fact, your Arcana check was high enough that you can tell that if you were to study in this room these books for long enough, it would probably boost a person's Arcana skill bonus. Something about this room is increasing your ability to do just about anything you'd want to do, including studying these books.
Okay.
In other words, someone has been using this room as a performance-enhancing study tool.
We should call the NCAA. All right, yeah. He'll tell Paxton since the other everybody else is like so anti-magic. Seems like him and Paxton are going to nerd out in this little area or all these sections.
Yeah, what are these books?
Yeah, but it's about arithmancy. Yeah, some kind of mathematically related magic. I'm not familiar with it.
I like magic, but I don't like math.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works. Perhaps I could study it later. I'll keep this room in mind.
Is there anything useful on the table, you think?
Just books.
Just something to study later, I guess, huh?
Yeah, Zartok won't take it, but he'll keep it in mind and he'll come back here later.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to the next room.
Okay. You are, for the record, when you leave that previous room, you are affected by guidance until you take your next action and use it up.
That's cool.
All right, so that room basically gave everyone guidance while they were in it.
That's interesting.
Okay, next room.
Maybe we could try to fight it. Like, I don't know if this neolid could move, but maybe we can draw it into that little room just before this one. I don't know. You see what I'm thinking about?
I think so. I think that whenever we do these divination spells later, maybe we should do them in this room
this
so
is
that
like
my Arcana check is higher.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
This next room is a 30-foot by 30-foot room with a strange piece of equipment on the eastern wall.
What does it look like?
Yeah, it's pretty strange. I'll get to it in a moment.
Okay.
But there's also next to it a silver pedestal. On the north wall is a simple table with a glass box on it, and one side of the box is hinged. The device on the eastern wall is a large metal box with a lever on the side. There is a round door in this device that is currently closed, and a sign above the silver pedestal says, "Please use the pedestal for identifying only these single-use wands."
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
I'm not sure what to do.
Is the hinged box locked?
No.
What if we could? Yeah, I
Do it.
You open
Do
the
it.
glass box?
What's in your heart?
know.
What's in your heart,
Open
Athelflaed?
that box.
no.
Open that box.
Can I do an investigation check?
Okay, it is a glass box with a hinge. You can't tell any more than that.
All right, I'll go ahead and go over there.
All right, you open the glass box on the table.
Mm-hmm.
It is open.
Is there anything in it?
No.
Oh, what the? All right. Well, anybody need a glass box?
Not right now.
Yeah.
Maybe later.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it does. It seems like this can help identify things.
Yeah, so again, here's what's in the room.
Yeah.
There's this metal piece of machinery on the wall with a lever sticking out of it and a round door in it that is currently closed. There is a silver pedestal, and then there's this simple wooden table with a glass box on it.
Okay.
Let's put the glass box in it. Sorry, Tara, go ahead.
I pull the lever.
You pull the lever. There's sort of a humming sound, and there's a light that sort of flashes around the round door in this device, and then the humming sound stops and the light goes off.
I open the door.
There is a wand inside.
I go put it on the pedestal.
You put it on the pedestal. The silver pedestal flashes orange.
I hand it to Zartok. Here, it's a wand of orange.
All right. She figured it out before I did. I don't know what's going on. Okay, wand of orange. Could identify it later. There aren't any other wands in the room, are there? Since the sign mentioned.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
Pull the lever again.
You pull the lever again. All right, the wand that Zartok was holding disappears. And the machine makes another flash and humming noise and then stops.
I open it.
There's another wand, and this one is yellow.
When I put it
No,
on
I'm
the
sorry.
pedestal?
When you put this one on the pedestal, the pedestal flashes yellow.
Yellow.
Okay, I take it to Zartok. I'm just kidding. This one's a wand of yellow.
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if it's
Is there any writing anywhere that explains what the identified colors are?
No, it's just the only writing on the wall says, "Please use the pedestal for identifying only these single-use wands."
Okay. With my magical training, do colors roughly correspond to schools of magic or anything like that? Okay.
No, you're not sure what these colors mean.
Okay, all right. We'll keep it in mind, I think. Yeah, it's just not sure what this is doing.
You know that these are extremely simple wands, whatever they are. You're
Okay.
pretty sure you could activate them if you wanted to without needing to know a magic word or needing to attune to them.
Okay.
Paxton's
just don't know.
like, this one's probably lemon.
Yeah, maybe
You just don't know what they do.
some zest flavor. You
Yeah.
just kind of drop it over your water or something. It's like, yeah.
I have a preference for the strawberry ones myself.
All right, we'll just keep pulling it till
We
you
could
get
always
red,
test
mate.
it out. You know, we could always test it on somebody.
It's a good idea. Why don't you do
All
that,
right,
Evelima?
All right, stand still. Not Ethelflad, sorry. Epilema. You both look so alike to me.
Well, thanks.
All right, you're going to use it on her?
She volunteered. Is she trying to get out of the way?
No, I'm not scared.
All
Are you
right.
scared?
Stand still. Zartok wings. Does it. Whatever it does.
All right,
Wand
you're
of
going to
yellow.
activate it and point it at her?
Sure, yeah.
All right, hold on a moment. I need to see what the area of effect is.
Oh no.
Great.
Paxton's definitely getting far away from Epilema.
Zartok, the wands are weak. Fireball.
So a 15-foot cone shoots out and catches Epilema. Is anyone else within that cone?
Hopefully not.
No?
No.
All right.
Zartok isn't, by rule.
Yeah, so Epilema sort of covers her eyes and says, I can't see. Nope, I'm good.
Did it look like color spray or something
It
like
was
that?
color spray.
Okay.
It was a yellow color spray.
Okay.
But a very powerful one. You know that was a fairly powerful effect that just came out of that wand.
If we pull the, does the wand look like it's lost its color?
In
like
fact,
it's-
it just disappears.
Okay. What happens if I walk up and pull the lever again?
Another one appears.
Wow, neat. Cool.
What color
is
does
it?
Yeah,
This one is, that's blue.
blueberry.
Can I? Is it cheating
It's a
to look
Blu-ray
up
player.
the spell color spray and see what each color does, or
Normally
prismatic?
it just shoots a bunch of colors. This is a special version that only shoots one
Okay.
color.
So we don't know exactly what
Yeah.
each color is doing. Well, that's neat. Yeah.
Might be yet another last resort for this Neolithid fight.
Yeah, but we should maybe figure out which color would be most useful toward it,
Wait,
and then
was Epilema hurt at all?
Nope, she was blinded for just a fraction of a moment, but she got over it real quick. Basically, the way it works is that this wand will affect up to 10d10 of hit points, and it will afflict them with blindness for 1 round.
Well, that's good.
So
Good
10 to
news.
100 hit points worth of creatures are affected by blindness for 1 round.
I wonder if a Neolithid. Did I say that right?
Neothelid.
Neothelid is
Actually, I guess it's the only time I've ever heard
powerful
it
for
pronounced.
that.
It was Neothelid. So Neothelid is
Neophyllid.
you don't know if it has more than 100 hit points or not.
Yeah.
It's just a brain snake, right?
I'm not sure
I
what
like
it
it.
looks like. Yeah.
brain
but
snake.
Let's take it. It might be useful. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's neat.
All right, so you have a 1-use wand of color spray that affects 10d10 of hit points.
And there's another door in this room, right?
Yep.
But it's so simple, any of you could use it. It might be better for someone else to have it than me. Does that make sense? Yeah, I
Why
got
don't you
my
give it to
magic.
Athelflad?
All right. That'll work.
Just don't point at us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, don't do what he just did to Epilema.
She volunteered.
I saw
at that.
pretty colors. Color, 1 color.
That's all.
All right, the next room. This trapezoid-shaped room lies in the southwest corner of the divination floor. Immediately to the right of the door is a magical machine of unknown function. It has a lever on the side and a round silver platform on top. Sitting on this platform is a glass box, and inside the glass box is a glowing gold sphere. Aside from this puzzling machinery, the room is filled with strange walls that obstruct your view, but this is not a maze. You could pretty easily get to any part of the room you would like. You just can't see around the room easily.
Can we do investigation check?
Sure. What are you investigating?
Traps?
You don't see any signs of traps. I mean, there's this obvious lever here, but you're not sure what it does. The lever probably has something to do with this glass box and this golden sphere, but you don't know any more than that. You don't see anything that suggests traps.
So we just can't see if anything is hiding behind those walls,
That's
right?
right.
Okay. I'd like to go stealth and kind of meander my way around.
Ooh, cool. All right. So Athelflaed sneaks behind a wall and just pretty much disappears from everyone's view. And you look around, and it is just kind of a boring set of obstructions.
Okay, so I kind of meander around all the corners and everything, and then I come back and tell the group, guys, there's nothing here that I can see.
Yeah, it's kind of weird and pointless.
Pull the lever, little one. I'm going to wait in the other room.
Ah! Well, okay.
You gonna pull the lever?
Yeah.
All right, you pull the lever. The glass box and its contents both disappear. You don't know where they went.
What? I look at the group and just shrug.
I pull the lever again.
Nothing happens.
I walk around the room.
Okay. After about a minute of walking around the area, you find the glass box tucked around a corner a little bit to your south. Around that area right there. It's just sitting on the floor.
I pick it up.
All right, you pick it up. It still has the gold sphere inside it.
Can you open the box?
Sure.
I open the box.
All right. There's a gold sphere inside. It's glowing a bit.
Does it feel hot or cold or anything?
Nope. Doesn't feel hot or cold. Just feels like metal.
Can I touch it?
Sure.
I touch it.
It's gold.
Does it seem magical in and of itself?
It's glowing.
Okay. Is it like a light?
It wouldn't be real useful as a light. It's not glowing all that brightly. Plus,
Okay.
it's gold, so it's very heavy.
I'm gonna take it back to the magical dudes.
Yep.
What's this, guys?
It looks like a gold ball.
You're not the magical dude.
I'm sorry. Am I not allowed to provide input?
No.
Oh. Okay, fine.
Sorry. That was mean.
Holy
I apologize, Evelina.
It's a tough crowd.
Getting nasty in here.
Poor Evelina.
Yeah, really. Barbarians have feelings too.
Oh.
I mean,
I heard some of them can read.
Yeah, the wimpy ones. Yeah, not the awesome ones.
So, what does Artok think about the gold sphere? It's just a gold.
It looks like a gold sphere that is glowing dimly.
Okay. I'll when we're done here today, I've got a lot of homework to do, quite a bit, so I'll take a look at this and maybe if I can have some of those pearls, maybe see if it's magic and what it is, what it does.
I'm going to make an Arcana check for both Paxton and for Zartok. Zartok, it occurs to you that since in the little experimenting you've done in here, these glass constructions, these glass constructs, seem to shield from some kinds of magical effects. It occurs to you that though both the box and its contents were teleported, and Tara went and found it, but you're not sure what would happen if you were to put the gold sphere on the machine and then teleport it without the gold box.
Yeah, I'm not sure, so I'm not going to do it. Or maybe we should. What do you think, gang?
yeah, you do it.
I mean, we don't know what it is right now, so even if we lost it, it's not like we were planning on using it or anything.
Yeah. Maybe that can be part of my homework assignment. Once I figure out what it is, maybe if I don't mind losing it, I can put it on there, because maybe it's gone forever if we do that.
That's fair.
So what are you doing?
We're going to hold on to unless anybody's very
Tara's
assertive
like
about
twitchy about it, but she'll listen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
Belima is too. There's something cool you could do, and you're not going to
I
do it
just
just to
feel
see what
like we're
happens.
procrastinating, and that's not a good thing.
Oh, I was thinking we should play with all the magic stuff. But, yeah, I guess we could go hurry up and start fighting.
Oh no, I meant
That's
procrastinating, figuring out what it does.
Oh, yeah, okay.
we can do it. Just whatever. Just fine. He puts the gold. He's like stomping and not happy about this at all. Puts it on the. It's a table or whatever,
It's
and
a
then
box,
pulls the
yeah.
lever.
Yeah, okay, you put it on the machine, you pull the lever, the gold sphere disappears, and Zartok, you know where it is.
Oh, neat.
You know immediately where it is. You know you have a compass in your head, and it tells you that it has disappeared from this machinery, and it has reappeared behind a wall to your west. You know exactly where it is.
Interesting. Yeah. Tell everyone how it's working. I know exactly where it went. Athelflaed, did you know exactly where it went when you pulled the lever? Or was
No.
it Tara that pulled it? Okay.
No, they had to look for it.
Okay.
Maybe that glass box is like the anti-god glass.
Yeah.
And it's blocking like
what's
a
that?
beacon ability.
What's the anti-god glass?
That's stuff that we've been seeing all over the place. It's that glass that blocks out the influence of gods, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like this is some sort of locate object spell, but it's been blocked by the glass if you teleport the whole thing. If you teleport something that's not protected in the glass, then you are able to locate it.
Gonna be honest, guys, that seems useless to us.
Maybe, unless we can think of something clever. But it's only, if we do it a couple times, it only teleports it within this room, right? Like,
Yeah, it only teleports it inside this one
okay.
area. Yeah, and I guess I'll just let you guys know out of game, these are experiments. They're not designed to all be useful
Right.
to you.
Yeah,
Well,
but they could be useful.
Some of them could be, yeah.
If we remember them, yeah.
Here's the important question. How much does this gold ball weigh?
It's pretty heavy.
I don't want to get encumbered again.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably 10 pounds of gold.
Wow.
How much does 10 pounds of gold cost?
Oh, okay, hold on.
That's like, that's a fortune.
Yeah.
For real.
We need more tattoos.
Actually, you know what?
I could carry it.
The chaotic good in me would never suggest this to Athelflaed, but that could be something that you sell to someone and then you know exactly where to steal it back.
I like that. Oh, yeah. I mean,
I don't know
What
if
do
it
you
would
mean?
work when it gets outside of this room.
Yeah.
This is about 500 gold's worth of gold. 500 gold coins worth of
Yeah. Alpha, you carry this for us.
okay. So I go up to 43.
gold. Okay.
So can we all know where the ball is?
No,
Or-
only the person who pulls the lever.
How long till that effect wears off? Like, I know where it is. One knows where it is for 10 minutes or something.
The duration of locate object is...
Oh, okay. If it works as a spell, don't worry about it.
Yeah, the
I was just
duration is
wondering
up
if
to
it was-
10 minutes.
I was just wondering if it was permanent or somehow
Nope.
different.
Nope.
Okay.
Athelflaed, again, that's 10 pounds of gold worth 500 gold pieces.
And this doesn't seem to, if Zartok is playing with it, he's interested now. He's loving this place. If he does it several times, this doesn't seem to be losing its power. This
That's
seems
right.
to be able to cast
Yep.
locate object
Yep.
an infinite amount of times.
Yep.
Okay.
And every time you do that, the object disappears and reappears somewhere in this
In
room.
this room, does this device look like we can move it?
It looks kind of big and cumbersome. You could probably move it, but it wouldn't be convenient.
All right, let's just remember that this is here. It's neat. It's neat. It might come in handy. I can think of a few ways to use it.
Yeah, you're not sure if anything other than the gold ball could be used
Could even
with
be
it,
used. Okay,
but
interesting.
it's possible. You'd have to experiment more to find out.
All right. Zartok will, but I don't know if we want to do that now. Somebody pulls it. He's going to play with this for a while. This is neat. It's like he's going to put other stuff on it, like mundane objects, and pull
You
the
are?
lever. Yeah.
It works.
Okay.
You could relocate anything that can fit on this little platform, and it disappears from the platform and reappears somewhere else in the room, and you know where it is.
Hey, Athelflaed,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to stand on this? No, that's silly. Don't do it. But
Yeah.
he kind of wants to do it.
Is this something I can stand
Since we're
on?
just going crazy, we're going to town. Just let's do it. Everything. It's going to teleport a random object on you.
Now you know that whenever you do research on human subjects, there's extra hoops you have to jump through,
Yeah,
right?
I think I can't even put in that application because that board is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the IRB is
the
no longer
IRB is
present,
not.
so
It's not.
do you want Athelflaed to climb up and
University
on
jokes.
the platform?
A little bit. Yeah. There's no reason he's really concerned. If it's like locate object, he can't imagine it's going to do anything. But maybe.
Do you want to do it or not, Athelflaed and Zartok?
Zartok.
yeah, sure, okay.
It doesn't work. She teleports to another part of the room, but you can't locate her because it doesn't let you
but
locate.
she did teleport.
She did teleport,
Ah,
but it
Okay.
doesn't let you locate her because it only works with objects.
so it's both does, yeah. Neat. Okay.
Tara shouts out, "Hey, Alpha, are you all right?"
That's cool.
Okay.
All right.
Am I all right?
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Are the walls made out of anything interesting?
No, they're
that
just
would,
stone.
Okay. So somehow they set this up so that that would be limited to this room, which is neat. Okay. I wonder if we moved it somewhere else, if we could teleport things to this room from far away, if we had to. But whatever. These are
That'd be cool.
Zartok's done thinking about it.
I'm bored with this room. Let's go find other things.
All right,
Okay.
so you're going to go back to the original room with 3 options and open the door that you did not open, the remaining door.
And which one is this? This is Seek the Truth?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Dara says, "Oh my god, it better have weapons."
Yeah, weapons of truth, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so this is a 20-foot by 30-foot room. It appears completely empty aside from a 10-foot by 10-foot glass box with a glass door. And when you walk in, I want everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
It's bad, mate.
Tara, what'd you get?
15.
Okay, you failed.
What the heck?
Zartok,
That's a 16 on die. It's going to be 20 total.
you passed. Paxton,
Modified 20.
you passed. Athelflad,
Modified 22.
you passed. And Epilema failed. All right, so Tara, what are you thinking about right now?
How she wants to find a crossbow?
All right, everyone in the room, you can hear Tara thinking about how she wants to find a crossbow. You can hear Tara thinking about how, more than anything else, what she wants to do is find a better crossbow.
I keep swatting at my head.
And you can hear Epilema thinking, man, more than anything else, I really wish that Tara could find a better crossbow.
Oh,
Or a catapult. Or a ballista. Or maybe a monster that throws really big rocks. Yeah, that'd be cool. And maybe a giant, like, I'm hungry. I could have a sandwich. That would be cool.
Does Tara hear Epilema's
Yes,
thoughts?
you can hear Epilema's thoughts. And Epilema can hear your thoughts. And she says, whoa, Tara, you're thinking the same thing I am. Wait, you're thinking stuff.
I'm hungry too, man.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we ate.
does it not stop? Do their thoughts just keep?
Yep, you can just keep hearing everything they're
That's gonna
thinking.
get so annoying.
So the people who passed the save,
Your thoughts are not being broadcast to everyone in the room.
but we can hear their thoughts.
But you can hear their thoughts.
And we can see that their lips aren't moving. They're
That's
just
right.
having this psychic conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, now Tara is thinking about going into the little glass room.
Okay, yeah, let's go into the little glass room. That
Okay,
sounds
they head
cool.
there together.
Okay, yeah, let's go in there. All right. So Epilema opens the door and steps inside, holds it open for you.
Yep.
Closes it. And suddenly the rest of you can no longer hear their thoughts. And Tara, you can't hear Epilema's thoughts anymore.
All right. Tara just looks at Epilema and shrugs and then opens the door again.
Okay, you open the door. Suddenly, once again, you can hear Tara and Epilema's thoughts. Epilema says, oh, this is kind of boring. Actually, Epilema thinks, this is kind of boring. I hope everybody's interested in moving on to the next room.
Tara is thinking the exact same thing. Like she's done with this room and she's ready to move to the door.
Hey, Epilema,
Yeah.
can you read?
No, I can't read. I can't read. She's thinking to herself really hard. I can't read.
That's funny.
I almost got a friend.
Yeah.
That was close. But you see, I think this room could be useful if we had to deal with someone and had to interrogate or something.
Now, while you're on that thought, I've learned a new spell lately called Zone of Truth that might be useful if we do need to interrogate someone. You heard of that one?
Maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah, no. I don't like it. I don't like that you can do it.
What do you have to hide?
Nothing. It's just uncomfortable.
Tara is thinking aloud that she does not like that he does not like the spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I mean,
Epilema's thinking aloud, I wonder if anybody would care if I went up to that next door and just opened it and went through.
I wouldn't.
Me neither.
Okay, well, I'm going. She says that out loud. I'm going over to the other door. I'm going to open it.
Paxton shoots Zartok like a final kind of concerned glance and then walks back to the other door.
what is it? My mind's my own, mates. That's just how it should be.
That's what you say.
There are 3 sections to this room. To your left and right, or north and south, are 20 by 20 foot sections encased in glass, each with a door leading to the middle 20 foot by 20 foot area in which you are currently standing. So basically, from north to south, there's a 20 foot by 20 foot area in glass. In the middle, there's a 20 foot by 20 foot area, no glass, except for where it borders the glass rooms. And then to the south is another 20 foot by 20 foot area in glass. So glass, no glass, glass. Each section has a table with a glass sphere on it, hovering slightly off the surface of the table. The sphere in the middle area directly in front of you swirls with mist, and then suddenly you can all see yourselves in it. It is as if the sphere were showing you a view of yourselves from above.
Ah.
That's neat.
Paxton looks up to the ceiling.
I mean, there's nothing up there except stone.
Do we see him looking up in the ball?
Yep. In the ball, Paxton looks up.
Do these look like we could move them if we wanted?
The ball?
Yeah, or like the table they're on, or I'm not sure
you
which
could try.
part's magical or not. Sure.
You
Try to
need a
touch the
strength
ball.
check? Is it?
No, Zartok never makes a strength check. Don't ask for that. That's just rude, Ethelflad.
You can drag the table if you want. The ball stays in place hovering above it.
Okay. Does that change where the picture's like
No.
viewpoint is or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Tara goes to the south door.
All right, you go to the south glass door. There's another crystal ball in there. It's not doing anything. It's not showing any image on it.
Even if I open the door?
You open the door, and it shows the same view as the one in the middle room.
The same top view and everything?
Yep.
Well, do I see the top of my head or the top of all their heads? Because, I mean, what is it focused on?
It's focused on the area immediately around the middle of that room.
Oh, okay.
So can I see the crystal ball itself?
Yes.
Okay. Does it look weird or anything? Or it just looks
Nope.
exactly like what it looks like?
Looks exactly what it looks like. If you were to look close enough, you'd see a little infinite regression there.
Cool. All right. What about the north room?
It is
So
identical to
that
the south room.
Okay.
If you open that door, then you see that sphere inside that room shows the same image as the one in the middle room.
Tara looks at Epilema to see if she can figure out what they're thinking.
Oh, that reminds me, one other thing. Now that you've left the other room, you can no longer detect each other's thoughts. But you realize, Tara, when you look at Epilema to figure out what she's thinking, she looks back at you, and she is able to mentally send you a signal. She says, "Hey, what are you looking at me for?" But that's in her mind. She doesn't actually move her mouth.
And only I hear it?
And only you hear it.
Tara thinks back to her. I was wondering if you were bored with this room too.
Kinda. I mean, these balls are a little bit cool, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, a little bored. How come we can talk in our heads to each other? Can we do it to everybody else?
Well, it's probably the message thing. You know, like they do the message thing all the time. Tara knows about the message thing.
I don't really know about that.
Okay. You know when Paxton and Aster would just stare at each other sometimes?
I thought it was, like a romantic thing or something.
I mean, I thought so too, but it was also them talking in their heads.
Oh, it's like weirdo wizard stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
What are you two weirdos doing?
Well, let's
Just
see
staring at each other.
It's
All right,
funny.
so
They're just
Epilema
looking
stares
each
at you, and you can hear in your head, "We're talking to each other. Mind your own business."
Paxton tries to send back psychically. What? You can talk psychically?
Whoa, it worked. That's weird.
Zartok?
Zartok can hear you in his head.
I can hear Paxton. Or oh,
basically you are all
Zartok
affected
nods
by. Let's see if I can.
What's everybody looking at each other for?
Oh yeah, Zartok, you immediately know what this is. You have all been affected by Rary's telepathic bond.
okay.
It lasts an hour.
Yeah, I think we've got telepathic bond, and it lasts about an hour. So this could be useful in the fight against anything, really. Cause,
Oh, I just thought I had a message cantrip now.
yeah, that could have been. It could have been real cute. Nice little. I thought you guys had like a permanent mental connection. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's gonna be fun.
Epilema was about to be my new best friend.
Best friend.
You think, Zartok, that's probably an unintended side effect of whatever was going on in the other room.
Yeah, I don't think they did that on purpose, but maybe we could enter that room before the fight. Yeah, so that way, in case we get split up or whatever, or
I'm
maybe
wondering
the
what
madness
these-
can spread. Could be bad.
Yeah, unlike message, you can telepathically communicate over any distance with that spell. But only with other people who have been affected by the same casting of the spell.
So I feel like there's something going on with these
Pretty
these crystal balls.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
not
there's something we should be doing with them that we just don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of it. If Zartok will maybe go get the north one and try to pick it up and move it into another room.
Okay, you pick it up. I want you to roll yourself an Arcana check.
That's 12.
12. You realize as soon as you touch it that you can control this crystal ball and make it look around the room.
Okay. He does that.
but you can't see beyond the glass if the door is closed.
Oh, bummer. Okay. So can I open the door and
Yep.
kind of...
And then you can either move it or you can use it to look outside the glass.
Okay. So, can everyone else... I'm just seeing it, or is it the picture that everyone can see that's also changing?
It's the picture that everyone can see in this sphere. In the one that you're holding.
Okay.
It's changing so that everyone can see it change.
Oh, it's neat. It's like
So basically, you're able, with a sufficient Arcana check, to redirect within a small area where it looks. If you're pretty sure that if you were to spend more time on it or roll better on your Arcana check, you could force it to look somewhere else.
Okay. Yeah, he might try that sometime. Try to see if he can push it in past these rooms. Push the image past the rooms or something.
Okay.
But for now, you want to go next room?
Sure.
We done here?
All right.
It's interesting. This is very interesting.
The moment you enter this oddly shaped room, it fills with colors and shapes, and suddenly a horrific, drooling, slimy, three-legged monster appears out of thin air. It is mostly mouth with jagged teeth, but it has 3 tentacles that end in pads covered in spikes. Its legs are as thick as tree trunks. You don't have a moment to look around the room because the creature charges at you. I guess we'll roll for initiative.
Is it birdie?
It came out of thin air, right?
That's right, it just appeared out of thin air. It looks like that.
Oh, puppy.
Gross.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. So let's check initiatives here. It's huge, by the way. It's enormous. Zartok, you got a 17, and it gets 4. Ethelflab, what was yours?
Cool. 11.
Tara?
Mine was also an 11.
All right, I'm going to bump Ethelflab up to a 12 because I'm pretty sure her dex is bigger or higher. Paxton?
A natural 20, a modified 21.
21. And Epilema... All right, Paxton, you get to go first. There's this giant monster bearing down on you.
All right, I am going to cast Witch Bolt at it, 2nd level.
All right.
Standby. So my spell attack is +6. Ooh. That is a 24 to hit.
All right, that seems to hit it.
All right. A beam of crackling blue energy lances out towards the creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning between you and the target. So it takes 2d12 lightning damage, and then I can use my action on subsequent turns to do an additional 2d12 lightning damage without having to cast it again.
Okay, you zap it. It seems to kind of shrug it off. And yeah, roll your damage.
That's 12 damage.
All right.
12 lightning damage.
It does seem to not like that, but it doesn't seem terribly concerned about it. Zartok, what do you want to do?
Zartok's standing behind the all the higher armor class characters.
Uh-huh.
Right? Okay. Perfect. So he will turn to Athelflad and say, "Let's see what you got, Murderbox."
All right.
And he'll cast haste on you, which does a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, wow. Haste is super awesome. Yes.
So you get I'll make a spell card, sorry. I'm lazy. Didn't make spell cards. Also, it'd be hard to pass it to you.
Yes.
But basically, you get +2 to your armor class. You get advantage on dexterity checks, and you can take a bonus action.
An additional one?
Yeah.
Not a bonus action. You can take an extra action.
It's an additional action. Hopefully, you use it to attack. That's what Zartok.
So you could attack twice, in other words.
Yeah.
Okay.
And take a bonus action and move.
All right.
Right? Instead of just attacking once and then taking a bonus action and moving.
And I'm flavoring this as like you're going to have to talk in chipmunk voice because you're moving at like 1.25 times speed or something like that.
How does she get even more chipmunky?
Yeah, that's what I want to see happen.
That's what Zartok does. Epilema steps forward and takes a couple whacks at it. Oh no. She has a fumble. A fumble and what looks like a hit. So let's pull up the fumble table. She swings at it, and it is not, for some reason, not where she expected it to be. And she badly misses and sort of just takes a moment to figure out what it is that she wants to do. She sort of loses her sense of where she's standing and on her sense of balance, and she drops to the last place in the initiative order.
Whoops.
and doesn't get to go again this turn. And her attack doesn't seem to have done much to it either. Athelflaed, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to do, I'm going to attack with a crossbow.
Okay.
And I'm within 5 feet, so I can do the...
Yep, you can count it as a sneak attack. You have allies within 5 feet of it.
Okay. I'll see it on my sheet here. Hold on.
Now, technically with a crossbow, I think you can only fire that once per turn because it has the reload property. So you could fire it once and then step up and try to stab it, but you can't attack it twice this turn with the crossbow though.
Okay.
Which is fine. I mean, you could attack with a crossbow, then drop the crossbow and jump up and attack it with your short sword.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay. And then I have sneak attack.
Right. Yep, this counts as a sneak attack.
Ooh, 19.
That's a hit.
Oh, actually 19 plus 6. All right, so 25.
Yep, crossbow bolt is solidly impacting it. Roll your damage.
So total 14.
All right, you did a decent chunk of damage to it. And you get to attack with your short sword if you want to.
Okay.
Or are you using your rapier or whatever
Actually,
you want to use?
Can I use, I can use Greenbiter, right?
Yep,
So,
yeah, you can.
All right. So then is 16.
That's a hit.
All right. 5.
All right. This
hold
counts
on,
as the
sorry.
sneak attack too, actually.
Okay. But actually, I have an additional D6 acid.
That's right. Your weapon also does additional acid
So
damage.
that's total 7 for that. And so total 24. I
All
rolled
right.
2 6s.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Murder box indeed.
That's a huge amount of
Murder
damage.
box.
Tara, what do you want to
go,
do?
murder box.
Well, Tara is gonna attack it.
All right.
Oh, so
What
Tara
is it?
also misses
Okay. You get another attack.
with a 1.
Oh, fumble.
No.
All right. Roll percentile.
No. I got an 88.
88. You trip and spin around and you feel disoriented and you don't get to take any more actions for the rest of your turn.
Oh, I don't get my second. hit.
Nope. No, you don't. And it's weird. It's like the creature either moved really fast or wasn't where you expected it to be or something. Something strange is going on here.
Major disappointment.
And that is Tara's turn. And then the creature attacks. And it attacks... it attacks Tara.
Now, do we still have that guidance effect? Can we still roll guidance once, or is that over?
You can use that if you want to.
Okay.
Tara, I want you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh yeah, she's great at those. Do I get my bonus or my negative to
Yep.
my intelligence saving
Yep.
throw? That's a 12.
12. All right. Yep, this thing hurts you, and this giant pointy-tipped pseudopod or tentacle or whatever this thing reaches out and
Wait.
hit... What?
Was it psychic damage?
It inflicts 4 points of psychic damage to you, but your spinning Ioun Stone reduces that to 2 points of psychic damage.
Okay. That's what I was getting at.
What's up with divination level and tentacles?
Yeah, good question.
Come on, gang.
All right. And
creep level.
that's all that happens
Yeah.
on its turn. Paxton, you get to go again.
All right. I'm going to use my action to continue Witch Bolt.
Okay. It gets zapped.
That is 14.
All right. You zap it for 14 points of damage.
Nice.
Zartok, what do you want to do?
Can Zartok tell what this is?
Make an Arcana check.
That is a 7.
Some kind of aberration, some kind of big, scary, ugly monster.
Some sort of monster. Let's get, so he'll cast a fireball at it if he can and miss his buddies.
Okay.
Is there
so
anything
you-
in this room he's going to blow up if he casts
do you want to look
fireball?
around the room? Nobody's but done that yet. You've all been focused on the monster.
Well, I mean, yeah. I don't want to blow up, like, stuff.
Okay, so looking around the room. Looking around the room, you can see a lever on the wall just to the left of the door through which you entered. There is a 20-foot by 20-foot glass chamber in the middle of this room, behind the creature. There's a note stuck on the door. Yeah, make a perception check.
4.
Yep. You think there's some paper stuck on the glass door to the chamber,
I'm
but
looking at the monster.
yeah, you can't see anything about it from here.
If I can,
So if we look at the map here.
But it did appear like this monster came out of nowhere, which is weird, but...
Yeah, so if you look at the map here, this monster's right in front of you. You're all by the door. There's a lever by the door right there. There's this glass room, and there's a note you can see stuck to the door of this glass
tempting.
room.
The lever is tempting. Yeah. Zartok will use his turn to pull the lever.
You pull the lever. All right.
Another one appears.
No, 3 more appear. No.
Oh, God, don't give him any ideas.
So Zartok walks over and pulls the lever. You all suddenly feel like you are under the influence of a spell, and this creature just disappears in front of you. And you all feel that your vision is suddenly very acute. You can all see much better than you could before. In fact, you all sort of have a sense you're seeing not only into this world, but a little bit into a parallel one at the same time. It's a strange sense.
Paxton hates it.
Make Paxton and Zartok, make Arcana checks.
That's a 10.
You could apply your 1d4 guidance if you want.
I will. 10's not the worst. 13 total.
Paxton?
22.
22.
Oh, why'd I waste my guidance?
All right, so
Schlurb-derb.
Zartok, you know that you have been affected by some kind of spell, powerful spell that affects your vision. Paxton, you know this is true seeing.
It's true seeing.
And this allows you to see secret doors, doors hidden by magic. You can see invisible creatures, I think. You can see invisible creatures, right? Yeah,
I think so,
yeah, you can see invisible creatures. You can see through illusions, and you can even see into the ethereal plane out to a range of 120 feet. So basically the creature just disappears because you now know it was an illusion.